I don't know, man. Let's see if anybody chats in. See if we're live right now. It says we're live. If anybody's there, chat away so we know we are live. Welcome, everyone, to the Man Cave. My name is Paul Knapp, and I will be your host for tonight's show. This is season number 2, episode number 17. And once again, it is Be a Man Monday. Tonight's quote: when you go to the gym, don't do cardio, just lift weights. Be a man. Waiting in the green room, we have 3 special guests tonight. 3 of the founding fathers of the AOA. So looking forward to talking to them, and they haven't been together in over a year. Tonight's YouTube channel plug goes to My Toy Museum DJ. My Toy Museum DJ, all one word. Check them out if you can. Patty, thank you for joining us. Big Boss Jack, Andy and Indy. Okay, I guess we're live. Tim, hey, thanks for those pictures you sent on the G.I. Joe. Play Scale Soldier, thank you. I'd like to thank all my subscribers, and 3 of my newest followers are Michael Carlson, Michael James, and Broken Toe. Broken Toe. Next week, our special guests will be Mikey. That's Mikey from JMK Custom Works and his amazing friends. And his amazing friends are Chad from It's Chad and Pete, as in Scuba Pete. So looking forward to having those 3 gentlemen on next week. Stacy, thanks for joining us. Murray from Canada. Appreciate that, brother. It is a Monday. We got something a little different for you guys tonight. We have a co-host with me, as opposed to having a panel. Since we have 3 special guests, we're going to go with a co-host tonight. And if I can figure out how to get back to this new upgraded system I got, here is my co-host. And since we're putting the band back together, I have band introductions for everybody. So on the drums tonight, little does anyone know about this, but back in the 70s, he taught Michael Jackson how to dance. And that's why we like to refer to him as Billie Jean. This is Gregorio Salinas.
How's it going, everyone?
Everybody, I'm the only one clapping for you tonight, man.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's
I
just
don't
me
need
and
it.
you, man. It's just me and you.
Yep.
So, man. So how's it going, bro? Let me see if I can
It's
get
been
back to
going.
my real screen here.
Yeah,
screen.
no,
There
it's
it
just
is.
been going. Everything's just breaking. Trying to repair stuff.
Well, that's what you were saying before, man. So I guess
Mhm.
I'm just going to ask you, what's new in your zoo, man?
It's been pretty slow outside of just repairing things. I've been actually, exploring the new bodies that are on the market. Like for this one, I ended up using a new Soldier Story body that I got. Not sure how I feel about it in terms of the durability of it, but it's a decent body out there. And outside of that, I've been picking up a few random customs that I've found online, parted out the pieces that I didn't need, and then the ones I didn't use were for figures like this. So just little projects here and there. And outside of that, I've been procrastinating on my short story, but we're still going for that eventually this year, so we'll see.
I know, man. I see Jeff and Adam's short stories all the time. And I'm like, man,
I know.
I just want to get out in the
envy
wild.
their creativity.
I've been doing too many like stupid box openings, and doing this every week is fun, but it's not the creative fun like you guys get to do, man.
Right.
I want to get back to doing that. So,
Well,
let's take some questions. I don't want to rush it. See who's in the Murray, Stacey Armstrong, the usual suspects tonight. Good evening from Canada. Andy and Indy. Andy, let me know if you're going to the Kentuckiana this year. I'm 80-20 on that right now. 80% going, 20% not sure. Tim Coate. Scrolling through their names. Patty. Big Boss Jack. We're still going to work on a show getting Big Boss Jack on here for sure, man. I met him down in Atlanta. Cool dude. Definitely want to get him on the show in the near future. So, well, what do you say we introduce the band for tonight, huh? Putting the band back together. Let me see if I can get back to Sorry, I'm a little slow tonight on the buttons. I upgraded to the newer Restream, and it's got me a little confused tonight. But we're going to start off with this gentleman right here, and I do have an introduction for him. There you are. Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me? You're on bass guitar tonight.
I hear you.
You were on bass guitar. He once played on stage with the Ramones in the 80s, but he left that lifestyle to at Joe's. This is Mr. Pat Perry.
Love the Ramones. That was a good one.
You told me you were a punk rocker, right? So
absolutely.
You definitely are into the Ramones, yeah?
Yeah, oh, definitely. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
One of my favorites.
Well, I got to bring in our lead guitar. I got to bring in our lead guitar tonight. And on lead guitar, this man's been running with the devil since he was 10 years old. This is Adam Stedman.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
How's it going?
You probably weren't a Van Halen fan.
Adam.
And finally, let me move down the line here. Bring this gentleman on. We got our lead vocals and on lead vocals and lead keyboard tonight. This man has won the Best Dad of the Year award 3 years in a row.
I wish.
And if it wasn't for him, there would be no AOA. This is the president of the AOA, Mr. Jeff Shearer.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Woo. What's up, Jeff?
How's it going, guys?
Jeff.
Good. How are you?
What's up,
So
guys?
our audience doesn't know this, but normally what we do for the audience, the people chatting in, we usually hook up about 10, 15 minutes before the show and everybody talks behind stage. But tonight, I didn't do that. I said, these guys haven't been together. I had to go back and look at the last time. It was show number 11 from season 1 that I had like all three of you guys. And actually, Pete, I think Peter made that one too. Wow. So I don't know if you guys have all three of you been together since that. Jeff?
I don't think so.
Jeff, you've had Adam on. You've had
Jeff were on, and I think those
and you had Adam on your show.
All three,
yeah, we've all been on different stuff, but I don't think we've been on like all three of us together probably since then.
Yeah.
Seems nice. Pretty weird seeing everybody's face together.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. We all about look the same. I think my beard is. I didn't have a beard last time.
I was gonna say you grew that beard back quick, man.
Yeah.
I had to wear a hat because my barber's been working full time, so he hasn't been able to redo my mohawk.
Oh, dude.
I got the hat on.
You without a mohawk, that's just not right, man.
It's not right at all. I had an intro for Paul because everybody always gets these great intros.
Yeah.
And me and Adam were talking, and I thought, not really an intro, but we should thank him because, first of all, the fact that he gave up his starring role in the Book of Boba Fett, playing Boba Fett, to come back and do his show.
I did.
I mean, that's just amazing. That's giving up. And the other thing we wanted to, I was thinking about the other day, we would have never grown the AOA like we have without Paul.
Nope.
We didn't know he was going to throw the Biden border policy approach
let everybody,
to it.
let everybody in.
Yeah, we've kind of lost count, much like the Biden administration has lost count. But there's a lot. We wouldn't be that big if it wasn't for Paul.
Oh man,
we're in a tier system now. We got different tiers.
I'm looking. We're 9 minutes into the show already. I knew it was coming. Go ahead. Just I'll take it.
That's all. You got on people, and then figured it'd be fun to throw one back at you.
Oh yeah, no, I'm ready for it.
Was great. Come on,
it was awesome.
Ready for it. Go ahead, Adam. Your turn.
No, I can't follow that. That was perfect.
I do want to say, Greg, did you see the original Dune from 1983?
Yep.
You remind me of that guy that translates for the Emperor with that microphone.
Yeah.
Every time I see you, I'm like,
"Hey, Greg, I was gonna say
it's like an electronic. It's like an electronic COVID mask."
Hey, Greg, you need a microphone just a little bit bigger, and that way you've completely covered your face, which is I know what your goal is. So
yep,
there you go. Never ignore the man behind the microphone.
That's that sultry voice.
I know, yeah.
You could do that completely in green screen with anything, and it would be awesome.
Mm.
Absolutely.
So how has everybody been?
Good.
Good.
Just busy.
Yeah. No shit.
Busy.
No shit.
I mean, it's like, is it possible not to have less time?
Yeah.
Then it's just insane. Time is such an issue. It's not even funny.
Oh God. Yeah.
You know, you got a list this wide, this long, and about that much time to do it.
Yeah, it's hard for me to. Everybody, you know, it's interesting. I was thinking about this today. I was at work. Like everybody does videos, and like I'm subscribed to everybody's channels, and it seems like all you guys drop them at the same time, and then I watch so much other stuff. I'm always like getting to everybody's videos probably a week or two later, and I feel like such a dickhead because I comment like 2 weeks later, and you guys are like probably. I'm always thinking those guys are probably thinking this son of a bitch is not watching anything, but I do. I have everybody's videos queued, and I usually when I get to work, slap on my headphones, log in, get my itinerary for the day started, and then I'll kind of figure out whose videos I'll watch or listen to more than anything because it's on my phone. And then normally a lot of you guys, I'll watch them when I work out after work. So you guys are all working out with me at some point or another. So you get to see my short shorts, but you just don't know it.
I was just going to say, are you wearing the short shorts?
Always.
Okay.
It's short season right now, so I've thoroughly disgusted most of the wives here in where I live. So, yeah.
Little swamp ass going on.
No, yeah. Yep.
Murray said, congratulations on breaking 2,000, Jeff.
Thanks. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations, Jeff.
Yeah.
Way to go, man. That's a long, hard road, brother, to get.
You know, it's interesting because I never intended to get to 2,000. I'm not even sure that I really have 2,000 subscribers. I've been kind of doing a deep dive into YouTube lately, and I don't know how many of those are really bots. Not that it matters to me, but I have noticed as I've gotten more subscribers, a lot of my views have gone down. My whole channel is just kind of tanked a little bit because I look at the analytics from time to time. I put out more videos than I ever have. I think I've put out more quality videos than I ever have, and it seems like it's all not doing nearly as well. So I'm just not sure how YouTube operates. I know they're a bunch of scumbags, but I'm starting to see it in real time. Excuse me, but I enjoy still doing it. I think at the end of this month or May, I think I'm going to take probably 3 months off. I've put so much time into it, and I really enjoyed it for a long time. But lately, just the shadiness of the platform has kind of really soured me on it a lot. So probably gonna take off from May till probably September. I might do a few sporadic videos in between there. I have a short I'm working on that's really good, I think. But it's hard, you know. It's hard to put that much. It's hard to put the effort in.
Something going on right now, don't you?
Me and who?
I thought you and Adam had something going on right now.
We've bounced ideas back and forth, but we've both been so busy we haven't really had time to get into.
I know we always look forward to that every year doing one, and he threw me the concept of what he had, and it was really cool. But yeah, it's like time was just like getting away from us, Jeff, and it's like, you know,
yeah.
I don't know if it's going to happen this year or not. I would love for it to, but
we might have to shelve it.
I tell you that the last photo story took so much out of me. It was like,
it takes a lot. And I talked about this with Pat. I've got something planned for the core members. Hopefully for 2025, I got to get everybody together and maybe get a live stream and talk about what we're going to do. And I hopefully I can do that this month. But I think it's a cool concept and it's a cool idea, but you know, we'll have to just wait and see if it really materializes. And if participation is going to be the big key, you know, we want to get people in that want to do it and do it right and do it fun for everybody who's a fan of all of our channels. So that means we got to get some of our members kind of back in the fray a little bit, you know, and
yeah,
I'm not sure how we're going to do that.
not mentioning any names, Tom.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I told Jeff, did I tell you, or was it Pat behind stage? I got a long text message from Tom, and he's just not feeling it right now. So
Yeah, I feel him.
He says the juices aren't flowing right now. He didn't want to be
He'll be back. He'll be back.
AOA or something. Yeah, I know he will. I know he will.
I can't.
I
can't live without the Super Show. I can't. Yeah. If the Super Show goes off the air, I'm done. I quit.
Right.
I won't even watch TV anymore. If the Super Show is back, I'm done.
Yeah, I don't know how it is for you guys, but sometimes you just get in the zone and you can just crank out content, and then it's kind of like you go supernova, and then you got nothing.
Yeah,
it's kind of. I kind of feel like I'm kind of getting in that area of where it's like my ideas is like I can't bring anything together. I mean, I have ideas of things that I want to accomplish. I've actually got stuff written down, but it's like I don't want to say I'm not motivated, but I don't know. It's just we have so much going on around here. A lot of work we're doing around the house and stuff, and it's just hard to find time to get this stuff done. Yeah, and I think kudos to Jeff. I can't. He puts out so much content. It's insane.
Yeah, and I've talked about this on my channel before. It's not like I don't spend like a lot of time doing it. It's always it's a Friday or a Sunday usually, and it's just for a few hours at a time. So I schedule everything. So like kind of like Paul schedules guests weeks and weeks in advance. I literally look at the calendar. I talk to my wife, figure out what we're going to be doing. And like, I went out and about a month ago, my brother went to Colombia for a month. So I kind of watched his house. I would drive up there every so often. So I used that as an excuse to go up there. And I was making a photo story in his basement because he has a really cool old basement. And I scheduled all that probably 2 months in advance, how I was going to do it all. I took up all the toys I took up there in January, left them. And then last month I made that one. And then I'm right now processing it. And then this other one, my Halloween special, it was mushroom hunting season 3 weeks ago. So I got everything together, had it in the garage in a big crate, took it out to the woods. And while my wife and son dilly-dallied around and looked for mushrooms, I made a photo story. So I'm always just looking for that extra amount of time. And I think they're going to be really good photo stories. So I think they're my two best ones I've ever done. I spent a lot of money on both of them. So I've spent probably around both of them combined, maybe around $600.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, and I used basically money from selling stuff on eBay, the minimal amount of money I get from YouTube, and I pooled it all together and bought everything for them. I started planning these and writing these 2 years ago. Wow. So I'm just now getting to where these ones are being made, and I think you guys are going to love them. I hope you love them. I mean, it's
yeah.
They're super awesome.
I'm still waiting for Adam to come out with the Scooby-Doo series he was talking about when he needed all of our voices, and I sent him a voice thing, and I'm still waiting.
Guys, I was working on my first photo story for Scooby-Doo, and I just really wasn't happy with the way it was turning out. It really wasn't what I had envisioned, and me and Pat talked about that a little while back, and so I kind of scrapped it. I'm redoing it. Yeah, definitely we'll have one. It's probably, I'm going to tell you now, it's probably going to be my Halloween special.
That'd be perfect.
Man. So it's going to be cool. There's going to be some crossover characters that make an appearance. I think it's going to be pretty cool. But yeah, I just wasn't happy with the way it was going. I wanted it to be something completely different than what I normally have done. So it's going to be, I want it to be more live action than just photo story. Because you know how the original Scooby-Doo series, how, they're in a hallway and they're running between doors and doors and doors and doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just can't get that feel with photos.
Right.
So I kind of have like live action of them going back and forth. So I'm hoping it's going to be cool. I think everybody will dig it. I know there's a lot of Scooby-Doo fans out there. So
you know what's the hardest part, I think, for me now, and Pat, you probably with you and Jay and your stop motion stuff, and Adam, Adam and I's our photo stories are fairly similar, but they're different. Like you can tell the difference between ours. And Pat does a lot of the stop motion. Tom does stop motion. Cody does stop motion. Then you've got some guys who've emerged onto the scene. You've got Newbie Motter, who does the green screen stories, which are really great. And then we had Tar Productions, who has probably the longest running stop motion thing I've ever seen. But the deal is we've got more and more people starting to do photo stories. So I think Largo says, getting out and playing with your toys in a way, right?
Yeah.
That everybody's got original ideas. So the difficult thing is you got to come up with ideas that nobody else has kind of done. You want to stay kind of
fresh,
fresh in a way. But that's the best part. I think right now, I do find that motivating, is that everybody makes really cool stuff, and you have to kind of get out there. And when you do it, you got to come up with a really new creative concept, which I think makes the hobby way more enjoyable. We got a lot of channels that, and I'm not criticizing them, but we got a lot of channels where everybody has these beautiful collections in cases that look awesome. Yep. And they sit in front of it, and they just talk about the toy industry, or they shit on other toy manufacturers, which is cool.
And they have 20,000 subscribers. And
right. It's cool. Yeah. If that's your thing, that's cool.
Yeah.
But I have toys because I have a relationship with them, and that dates back to when I was a kid, to use my imagination and to use my toys and to get out and have fun with them. I can only talk about 13 different variations of Cobra Commander from Argentina before it's like, I don't even get it. Get out and do something with your toys. And I really like the fact that all these guys are starting to do that, because, you get them dirty. Nobody gives a shit if you got a rare figure in a package at the end of the day. I mean, you're going to die, and that's going to still be a rare package in a toy. Nobody gives a shit. So get out and do something with your toys.
Right.
Jeff, I want to get back to YouTube analytics. You were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
Have you taken a hard look at your analytics? Because I was talking with Stacy behind the scenes, and Terry, you watch Terry's show. He's really trying to bump up and get to 1,000. And I told him, I said, man, it was hard, man. It took me 3 years to get where it wasn't an overnight thing. And I said, if I really took a hard look at my analytics, my top 10 viewed videos are all toy soldiers. None of them are 1/6 scale figures.
Really?
I mean, if I really wanted to concentrate and make money on the show, I wouldn't even do this, man. I'd go to Toy Soldier and do that. You know what I mean? But it's like, this is what I want to do. But the stuff that's analytics is telling me to do is Toy Soldiers, the 1/32 scale. And I'm like,
you make a good point, Paul, because I've looked at my analytics. I do look at those more closely lately, because it'll pop up like every week. Like YouTube will send me, this is what you did this week, what you did this month. And it is interesting. And like you said, my highest viewed videos are either shorts, 15-second short, or like my Star Trek I just did, which took me all of like 3 days to do.
That was
easy. And then you spend like months on a photo story, and you're lucky to get 400, 500, 600 views.
Yep.
And you think,
I know, it sucks, man. It sucks, man.
I mean, like our crossover story, the Time Phantom. Yeah. I just hit over 1,000 views, which is huge for me. But it took 6 months.
Yeah. I don't think
and my Star Trek one, my Mego, I've got almost 2,000, and that's been out like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But people are scrolling for Star Trek, not just Mego scale or 1/8, whatever. Yeah.
Right.
I don't think my part 2 of the Time Phantoms even cracked 400.
Really?
No. And I'm gonna tell you, and again, there's probably some dork out there who's gonna tell me I'm wrong about all this and tell me to look at that and this and everything else. But to be honest, I don't have time to look at all that shit because I got a real life and I got a job and a kid and a wife. So it doesn't really matter to me. But when I got monetized, I decided to be monetized for a year. Okay. So I decided to try it. My wife's like, just try it and see if you like it. I know you, Paul, you just didn't do it. You didn't stick with it.
I did it for 3 months. I made $38 and I said,
Right.
this isn't worth it.
So I decided to do it for a whole year, and I'm a year right now, and I have mixed feelings. When I became monetized, my channel cycled down. I got the majority of all my subscribers and views prior to monetization.
Really?
I don't know why. I don't know why that is. And my best videos are usually my Hot Wheel shorts, right? A couple photo stories like them have done really well, but my Hot Wheel shorts, and the best one I ever had's got something like 36,000 views. So I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if the algorithm changes all the time. Like I said, there's probably some kid who knows all that, who's way smarter than I am. I just find it funny. And, you know, I guess I just don't, I'm not smart enough to understand it, but it seems the ones you put the most time in do the worst. And I don't know why.
It is actually, because what's funny is my best performing video ever, I did a short on this Michael Keaton statue, and I got like 48,000 views on it.
Yeah.
And that took all of like 10 seconds to do.
Yeah.
Is the juice worth the squeeze sometimes, you know?
But you know, you'll watch, you know, it's just like kind of social media in a way. You'll see a video where a guy gets on there and has a hot take about Hasbro that has like 50,000 views. You know, or there's somebody shitting on somebody else, and I'm not willing to. I got personal views on things. I'm not willing to do clickbaity stuff and, you know, fight with people.
See, but I watch a couple guys and all they do is go to Target and Walmart shopping, and they're getting.
I'm just like, what are we doing?
Are you fucking kidding me? You're walking in Walmart. That's all you're doing. Hey, look what's new on the shelf. Hey, look at this.
Hey, speaking of which, fellas, I want to share something with you because it's awesome. Because two of you guys brought something up about this, but you know it's flea market season, right?
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
Flea market season has begun. So yesterday or Saturday, we went to an estate sale. I don't usually go to those because they're usually a little bit more stuffy. So we like garage sales or flea markets. But I walked into this one. Everything was priced over $100. Everything. Except on the couch, I see these sitting there. Right?
Oh, what?
Old school, baby.
Now, this guy didn't have a head. He's missing an arm. This guy is this guy's in pretty good shape, but he's just missing an arm. He's a TM real early. His face is real nice. And I'm like, they're going to want like $80. I walk up to the one lady and she goes, "Are you a reseller?" And I said, no. I said, "I'm going to save these guys from the brink of death." And she goes, $5 for you.
There you go.
No.
That's what we want to hear.
Boom! Shut up.
Score.
And me and Jay went to the flea market last week, right? So Jay's like, "There's a Joe over there in the box. I think it's Duke, you know, the Hall of Famers. We don't really do those." I said, "Oh, I'm going to look around. Maybe he's got something else." And I see from a distance. I'm like, "Is that what I think it is? It can't be." So I go over and I see this figure standing there. And he's got a tag that says $15. And I see his head. And I go, "Holy shit, it's a crew cut."
What is that?
One of the crew cut guys.
That's a Dreams and
Limited
Visions.
edition?
Yeah, Dreams and Visions crew cut.
Dreams and Visions crew cut guy.
Wow.
And the tag says $15.
What?
And I know these things. Like I'm going, so you know what I say? Can you do any better on this one? He's not
You're haggling for $15.
The guy's like, "I don't know, would you do 12? I'm like, okay.
Wow.
I would have said 10.
I thought I'd never ever get one of these. And who just had these on? Was it Paul and Jeff?
I did the video, but I think Jeff, you did one too, didn't you?
I did the Indian. I did Little Sure Shop.
You mentioned them, right?
Yeah.
I did the crew cut guy. The
That's awesome, dude.
he had a red shirt. He was a World War II red shirt guy.
I almost fell on the ground when I realized what it was.
Congratulations on your.
That's a great find.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Awesome,
Jameson's standing there like, because he knows what it is, and he's like trying not to act excited. And then when I see the tag and it's 15, he's like, "Oh my God, it's only 15!" And then I go,
Poker face.
Did you do any better on that? The guy's like, "I don't know. Would you do 12?" Like
11.50. 11.
And I'm thinking to myself, if I had the money, I'd do 50. But like, I don't want to borrow $50 from my kid.
Wow, dude.
Yeah. So flea market season's off to a good start. And then
That's awesome.
I have one more thing to share, but it's for Angelo. I thought maybe he'd be here today.
No, he's not part of the original. I had to kick him off.
No, but listen. So every once in a while, I buy crazy, stupid stuff. So me and Jay were at this one garage sale, tons of smalls, right? And I see from across the room this little truck, and I'm like, that's really cool. I might grab that. And then I look at it again, and I'm like, you know what that is? Well, it's not it yet, but I'm going to see if Angelo would be interested in a small vehicle that really just looks like a troubleshooter.
Oh, wow.
For his small figures.
Yeah, I was going to say,
yeah.
I held a small figure up, and it would be an absolute, and this detaches. So it's tracked already.
Huh.
And literally, if you guys can see, like,
who's the maker? Who's the maker?
It's a troubleshooter. Like, and it's just some weird, like, space. And it was like, a couple bucks. I was like, oh my God. Like, I got to get that for Angelo. Like, look at that thing.
Yeah,
it's just
cool.
He could customize this in a troubleshooter with almost no work. This was a battery compartment, but he could drop a seat in there. This big part comes off unless you want to paint it and make it like it even has the little,
the radar dish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Leonard Toys or who is it?
No, it doesn't even have a company. Like, it's got nothing on it. The tracks this is a battery compartment, and I think there might have been supposed to be like a cover. But this part's loose; it'll pop right off, so he could quickly.
Little customizing coming up there, huh? Yeah.
So yeah,
wow.
Mini shooter.
Cool.
So you gotta,
cool.
You gotta watch, because that would have been off my radar. But to me, I was like, what the? So, and I don't. Me and Jay have a few of that size figure, but not that we, go through the trouble to make customs for. So we're off to a good flea market season.
I know, man. Are any of you guys going to make it to a Joe show this year at all? Dallas or Kentucky, Anna? Or
I would like to do Kentucky.
I was going to say, you're pretty close, right, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm like 4 hours, I think. I would like to do Kentucky next year, but I don't want to go unless I can build something to enter into the diorama contest.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm kind of thinking if I go next year, I might enter I'd make a diorama for the character that I made for my upcoming Halloween special, Jungle of Death.
Nice.
Very cool.
It's gonna be great. It's a follow-up to my Footsteps of Giants photo story. So
nice.
Gregorio, are you still there? Ask a question.
You awake behind there?
Yeah.
You're just
yes, I'm
absorbing it all. He's
just
absorbing everything. He's taking it all in, man.
I was gonna bring up something about the analytics, but I feel like we've departed that conversation already.
No, talk about it, man. We gotta
talk about it.
Chill.
Yeah, no, just because when I looked at my analytics, a lot of my content, unfortunately, most of the stuff that gets a lot of the views happens to be the female figures, and that's something I don't necessarily want to be as popular or the go-to. But unfortunately, that's what it is, and you have to sacrifice the view counts for that, I guess, But ultimately, at the end of the day, because I want to say that I've probably been on YouTube longer than most of you guys have.
Probably.
I've been on it since 2017, but I really didn't post regularly until I joined the AOA. So a lot of my growth happened within the last 2 years, and even then, I'm still not at 1,000 subscriber mark.
But you're getting close, though, right, Greg?
I'm getting close, yes.
Yeah.
But something that I did notice was that a guy reached out to me. He had mentioned that my videos were being shared by somebody else in one of the forums, and that's how a lot of my, I guess, growth came about too. Just it's I guess the question is, do you really feel the need to promote your channel at all? Because
no, I'm too abrasive. I make too many people, I think, mad with some of the reviews I do or some of the things I say. So, and that doesn't surprise me either. But Nah, I'm not gonna. I don't really want to promote
Dude,
anything.
I've had people tell me get rid of my introductions, don't do the trivia. I'm like, you know what? That's my style. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. You know, I'm not getting paid to do this. I'm doing this as a hobby. Right. I started it just to get a bunch of other 1/6 scale guys together to talk shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not in competition with Analog Toys or any of them. So I mean, it's like,
so. I'm just too lazy.
You got to be true to what you want to do. You have to do
exactly.
I did.
Like Jeff says, if people don't like what you're doing, then they don't have to click on it. They can go to hell.
Yeah.
You have to do. You have to do what makes you happy, and it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks.
Yeah.
If you enjoy it, if you're having fun, that's all that matters.
I mean, I like to sit and. I mean, I know I've had Pat, and I've had Adam, Jim, Egner, Largo. My little live stream that I like to do every once in a while. I like to just sit and talk to people for like maybe 2 or 3 hours almost sometimes, because I just like to talk about a lot of stuff. And
that was fun. I like that.
It is fun. It's fun for me to do that. It takes a lot because I got to schedule that and plan to sit down for a couple hours. But as far as like you said, Paul, like I think that's kind of the cool thing about all of our channels is that we do our own unique channel. We do what we do it the way we want to do it, and we don't deviate from that. Like, I tell everybody, I'm usually I make my videos. If I think they're cool, I put them out. Like, I don't really sit and wonder, like, I wonder if this dude in Washington's gonna really like this video I did, you know. But I do. If I watch it, I watch a couple of them. I watch my videos a couple times, like the photo stories, and if I think they're cool, I put them out. And you know,
here's a good point from
go ahead, Paul.
No, I just posted that from Playscale. He said, "You ever checked out your demographics? What your audience is?" I've looked at it once or twice. I mean, it's 40 and over white males. You know what I mean?
We're all the same.
It's pretty narrow. You know?
I do have a funny Analog Toys story for you guys. So I kind of tried to get outside of my comfort zone. So when I made that photo story I dropped on Friday, my Action Man one, I wanted, when I made it the first time, I used my own voice and tried to do an English accent, but it was so dog shitty that I felt terrible about putting that out there. So I thought, well, I need to get a guy who's got like a British or Australian accent. So I've chatted with that guy before on certain things, and I reached out to him, and it crickets. Really? He didn't even respond. So I was like, oh boy, he probably thinks I'm a real dipshit.
I get that all the time with asking people to come on the live stream.
Yeah, you got a great English accent.
Yeah, let me know. I'll do it for you. I love doing voices. I'm Mike Power, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. So I reached out to this Mike Leahy. He's got his Action Man Older Adventure. It's got an Instagram. He's also on Facebook, and he just makes some phenomenal Action Man stuff. And he's like, sure, man. And so he sent me the lines, and I threw him in there, and I really appreciated that because, you know, that's another thing I find interesting about YouTube is I get tons of people emailing me about how to build this or how to do that, and I try to answer all of them as much as I can. Even like, you know, even the weird ones, I try to like answer them. I've had some weird ones that are really weird. And
for a minute, I think you were talking about me, but go ahead.
No. I would share some of these sometime, but I'd kind of be disrespectful to the weird people. But I do try to like be a good dude, and like anybody who messages me, I try to always respond and reach out to people. And I think that's really important. Even if you have a small channel, is not being kind of a douchebag. You know, you gotta just, these are the people that take the time to watch your videos, so you should at least take the time to answer them. You know, so
definitely. I
try to do that as much as I can. I probably don't feel like I help people as much as I could, but it is what it is.
Only lead people so far, you know. I know with me, I get a lot of questions of where do I find this, or where'd you get that from, and all this sorts, you know, when in actuality, I just happen upon this stuff, you know. It's not necessarily one set location that I can point you to, you know, but that's typically the type of comment that I get, you know, where'd you get that? Where can I find this? Do you sell your figures? You know,
I get more. People see this behind me, and I get more. Why'd you take them out of the box? And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like,
it's a different channel. You got to go somewhere else for that one.
Go look at Johnny Cedric, Mitten Box, if you want.
Yeah.
It's
like
awesome.
Jeff said, though, I try to pride myself on I'll respond to every comment that I make. I get. I'll reach out and say thank you, or if they ask me something, I try to respond to every single comment, because I remember when I first started on my channel, Jeff was one of the first ones that reached out to me. He was very generous and kind, and that meant a lot to me. He didn't know me from anybody. Mine was no channel. I try to even I really like people who've got these new small channels. I like being nice to them. If I can give them any advice, I will. If they ask me, because you pay it forward, it'll come back to you.
Yeah,
totally, for sure. Collaborating helps a lot too. Connecting with fellow collectors and building an audience through both communities, that helps tremendously.
Yeah. Yeah, just being
and
cool.
What I like too is our community it's so giving. It's like one of us can just send an email or a text, say, "Hey, I'm looking for this. Does anybody have one?" And sure, lo and behold, you'll get it in the mail. Somebody will have it, and just send it the goodness of their heart. We've all done that, and that's one of the main things I love about this community.
Speaking of which, Jeff, you and I made out with Mr. Huckster, didn't we?
Oh yeah, I was really.
I was caught off guard. I was totally. And what was weird was I was working on a thank you video, and I'm here Saturday morning. I'm putting it all together, and I'm watching you in the background. I'm like, motherfucker, you beat me to the punch, man. You had put yours up. You put yours up. You must have put it up that day. You got it or something, because I was like, holy crap.
No, I had it for probably a week.
Oh, really? Okay, so I was late.
Yeah, I had it for like a week, and then I got time to finally go down. That was really nice of him. I was like. I was shocked. I didn't know what to say, other than like, hey, thank you, man. I'll try to use it all for a photo story and stuff. But that's wild. Yeah. I've had a couple other people send me stuff out of the blue too, just like, and people from Instagram, and I'm just like, damn, I got a list of people, because I don't like to have red in my ledger. It's one of those things where I gotta make something to send some people eventually. I know Andy and Indy has sent me some cool stuff, and it is interesting when people like need a GI Joe part and you have it. I usually give up a lot of cool stuff that I usually end up needing down the road. Like I gave somebody a set of muscle body arms one time. I had them, and then I ended up needing them for something, but whatever. But it is kind of like like Adam's right, like. What goes around comes around. So,
sure, absolutely, man.
It's so true. It's 100% true.
It's funny you say that, because I just got a package from you guys subscribe to Scooter J.
Yeah.
Your J Jim.
Yeah. His name's Robert, and he sent me something out of the blue, and cool. I've got an unboxing for him. But out of the blue, really cool. Sent me some cool items. Super nice of him. I got to get it back. But
I was just going to give a shout out to Tim Cope, because I saw him on the side there, and he had asked me if I was interested in something, and he sent me a box of the things. He sent me a picture, and then it had all this other stuff. Me and Emma were talking about doing some Star Wars 1/6 scale stuff, some customs. And he threw in a bunch of Star Wars stuff, and so I did an unboxing, but without my cameraman, it's not very good. But so I saw him over there. So Tim, thank you so much, my friend. God bless you, man. But that's cool. It's exactly right, man. Everybody in this community is fantastic. It's amazing.
Yeah, I sometimes can like feel Pat's emotions from out east, because I'll just be thinking about him in my workshop, and I'm like when I sent you the Tarzan figure, I was like, I'm gonna send this to Pat. It's just
I love that figure.
Yeah, and then you had an awesome story.
It's been right here forever, and I just started to redo this shelf, so I had to put it in this small box right here. Where'd it go now? You got it, and I felt bad taking it down, because it's been in the same spot since you sent it to me.
Your story that went with it was probably the coolest part, right? Because you had all those, and they were stolen from a storage unit, right? Yep. Am I correct? Yeah.
Yep.
How weird is that?
By a family member. Yeah, I had it was like $15,000. I was going to open an action figure store, and I I had toys from every line, and it was a family member who just cleaned me out.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have a show just on that, dude. And you told me that story one time. I was like, holy shit.
I know. I got to say Pat something. I found.
Lucky for that person. Lucky for that person. I love my kids and wanted to be with them more than I needed retribution. Because if he'd have done it a few years earlier before I got married and had kids, it would have been.
You're a better dad out of jail than in jail, dude.
That's right.
Yeah, I got to send Pat. We were at an antique mall, and I found this articulated like lion, and I thought that would be kind of cool to go with his Tarzan. If he did like a diorama or something, might be kind of cool.
Hey, so Paul,
sir,
I got a question for you.
Uh-oh.
What made you decide to start doing your box set stuff? I really enjoyed seeing all your shorts and
Those
stuff.
Are cool, yeah.
Yeah. What's going on with that?
Angelo, actually.
Yeah.
When I saw him doing it, and I have no intention of selling them, I was just like, I've been putting all these figures together. I've been buying all this 3D printed stuff to go with them, but I never took them outside, took a picture and says, this set goes with this. And I was just doing stuff that, like I said, the adventure team didn't come up with, or some of the things they are, but I just redid it. And I just, I probably bought as much from Cotswold as you do, and I'm like, I just had them bagged up, and I'm like, well, shit, Angela had a cool idea, make box figures out of them. So I did. And dude, I mean, two people contacted me, and I've already sold 6 of them. And I had no intention. They're not on eBay. That wasn't my intention. I just wanted to do a box figure. And, 10 years from now, my grandkids or whatever can see them and say, oh yeah, but I mean, if people really want them, they're not like vintage figures or anything, but it's just stuff that I put together. And, instead of just having a big, like you probably got a big bin of 3D printed stuff and this, and so I just started putting pieces and parts together and making figures and making a set out of it.
You're making them the way you like them. And
yeah, exactly.
If you like it, somebody else is going to like it too.
Yeah. So when I started taking the pictures, like in the woods and in the backyard, and putting that on the box, people are like, "Oh shit,
those are really cool. Those are
thanks,
really
man.
cool.
Appreciate it." Actually, Mr. Tim Cope won one because he was the winner of the 3,000 subscriber.
Yes.
So.
I've got for my 2,000. I haven't done a video yet for 2,000 subscribers, but I got a whole. I'll go ahead and tell you guys on here, so I don't probably have to do a video. I got a couple giveaways I'm planning to do.
Let me bring you up big. Go ahead.
I got a couple video. I got probably 3 giveaways. I have something for all the, core members of the AOA. You guys will probably be getting something in the mail at some point, hopefully next month. And I might have a contest, so we'll see. I got to figure it all out and get it all planned, but I think it's gonna be cool. I think I got 3 things from my personal collection that I'm gonna give away. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet, but I think it's gonna be dope, and you guys should definitely stay tuned for that. As far as the special thing for you guys in the AOA, I've got a friend of mine who does comic book coloring. So I gave him something I had, and he's coloring it currently. So I think I'll be able to share that hopefully this month with you guys, and everybody will get a little personal memorabilia piece from me. And I think that's about it as far as that goes. Yeah.
So Jeff, while I got you up big, in 2 minutes or less, can you explain to the people that are watching this that maybe aren't familiar with the AOA how exactly you got it started? Just real synopsis,
Well, I think Pat probably will kind of back me on this. We all kind of were doing content around the same time. I think I might have been doing content a little bit before everybody else.
Yeah.
Not everybody, but we all kind of just started discovering each other's channels, probably because of the algorithm. And then we all just started reaching out to each other and chatting with each other via email. And then I think we were started to do videos talking about each other. And then it was one of my, I think, What's in the Shops, I think maybe. I call ourselves the Axis of Awesomeness. And then I think it just kind of turned into Axis of Awesome organically with Tom, Major Tom, Adam, me, and Pat. And I think that's where it went from there. And we all started just kind of giving each other shout outs and videos and talking about each other. And Peter from the School Review was in there too. And that's how we kind of formed. It's just a group of like-minded guys doing the same things. And then we kind of found a kindred friendship in that. Am I right, Pat?
Yeah, you definitely coined the phrase, and it was that kind of group of people. And then what actually kind of made the choice of who was in it was when Cody suggested the How Far Will Joe Go contest.
Right.
And that 7 people that were in that contest were the founders that,
yeah.
That was the core group of people that were in Cody's contest.
Right. Which was really fun.
That was so much fun. That was so cool.
Which is
a lot of
with the amount of people that follow the AOA and are in the AOA, if you'd send that figure around now, man, it would take a year to get back to you, man.
Well, it almost took a year last time.
Oh, did it? Just 7 people? 7 people took a year?
Thanks to one guy.
Well,
yeah, we're not going to mention any names.
Yeah. But part of it was because the original plan was too, what slowed it down a lot, Paul, was so everybody wanted to add their take on it, but then also do a video about it. So, it wasn't like you got it, threw in your thing and, threw it back in the mail. So everybody needed it for, at least a week, some longer. I think I had it for a while. I think I had it for 3 or 4 weeks. Because we did a little thing for we did an interview with Jameson's 1/6 scale character interviewed Traveling Joe. The original contest was called How Far Will Joe Go? And then who coined it Traveling Joe? Was it Tom? I think it was Tom.
It probably was Tom.
Yeah, it was Tom. So then we started calling him Traveling Joe. And but yeah, so that's why it took so long. Then there was one person who had it for a long time, and we kind of lost track, and we didn't know if it was coming back. And then luckily it did, and then it kind of came together, and it was amazing. And I ended up in the end with the figure because the person who won it was actually kind enough to send it back and said he hadn't been really doing Joe's much, and he kind of felt bad. So he sent it back to Cody, and Cody did a redraw, and I actually got it. Let me see. I'm going to grab them real quick.
You still own them, huh?
That's kind of how it came to be. And
I don't know if you guys can see that comment from Tim Cope, but said it was because of you guys that he got back into the hobby, man. So that's a nice compliment.
Here's Traveling Joe.
Awesome. Let me bring him up here.
And this
Traveling
was
Joe. There he is.
This was Cody started it with the figure and a lot of the gear. You can tell by this high-end Cody style, Greg style gear. And then it went around to everybody, and everybody added stuff like this rifle is one of Jeff's creations. That was yours, right, Jeff? The rifle?
Yep.
Yeah, that was like one of my favorite parts of it. And then the box, I still have the original box. I even have the original shipping box because everybody put stickers on it. And the box took on a life of its own. I got that right here. Hold on.
The whole contest took a life of its own.
Real quickly, so Terry asked if anybody made an AOA dog tag. Yeah, Chuck made one. That was at the Toy Lanta show. He was getting rid of those. And then didn't Peter Buckley Peter Buckley came up with some too, right?
Peter made one.
Yeah. Here's that. That was it. That was in it.
Yeah.
Oh, that way. That's the AOA original one that was with Traveling Joe. And then here's the box. So this is the box that it went around in, and everybody added stickers.
Stickers on it, like it went around the world.
Yeah. That's from cool. Major Tom, of course, the Bigfoot.
Yep.
Everybody put their own little thing on it. Pop locks. There's us. I don't know who did what besides that one, but so then the box became just as important. It was so cool. And then the other box that it was packed in, I have guys in front of it. I try and pull it down, but we have something in the works where we want to do a thing with Traveling Joe this summer, so you'll be seeing him down the line. But yeah, it was a great contest, and that's what Jeff came up with the name, and then it just happened to be about the same time we started that contest, and that's how it just went.
And then Tom Hansen came up with the logo, right, with the stamp that looks like a comic book stamp.
Yeah. Because and a stamp with everybody's channels on it, and
because right around 2020 during COVID, that's when I really started with my show, and I was following Jeff and Adam, and I kept seeing that sticker. I'm like, what the fuck is this, man? AOA. And that's where I challenged you guys with my boxes. And then that
was fun
Jeff,
too.
That was a great contest too, Paul.
Yeah, I sent fun. Adam, I sent a box to you and a box to Jeff, and I think maybe Peter. And then I got messages from you and Tom. They're like, hey, we want boxes too. I was like, I didn't know how many guys were in this AOA thing. I said, the only one I saw was Jeff and Adam and Peter. So then you guys divvied him up again. And that's how I found you guys, really. But I mean, that was cool.
Yeah, that was a very fun contest.
And then the next challenge was what? Adam's
Adam Arizona challenge with the alien figure I made, and Paul's figure, and Pat and Jay's. Yep.
It was a Joe No Joe TLC bunker build.
Yep.
Joe No Joe or something like that.
The Joe No Joe TLC bunker build.
Yeah, that one was challenging because that took some thinking.
Cody's was off the hook, man. And his was crazy.
Cody's is, and I've still got some of those figures that I've got to send out. I just have not done it, and I apologize to you guys. That I know what figure goes where. I just haven't got them out yet.
Right on.
Yeah, what's amazing about it is, and we joke a lot about it, but if you look at how it all started, probably 3 years ago, I would say, and to see how it's organically grown into, it's more of it's a community now, right? It started out as a small group of guys, but now it's a community that really encompasses a lot of different people, genres, and different skill sets, different creativities. And that's probably one of the coolest things I've noticed about just being in the Axis of Awesome and having that be what it is. And I think it's awesome. I kind of figured when we kind of hit a little bit on the big time when Greg at Cotswold finally decided to talk about us a little bit. And then I kind of knew, like, oh, this has kind of become something a little more important than, a bunch of knuckleheads sitting in our basements making cool stuff to share with one another,
It's really humbling, Jeff, and everybody, all these upcoming channels, they'll message you, hey, we follow you. You've inspired us to do a channel and stuff. And it's really humbling. It's like, I guess, people are enjoying what we do, and we're just having fun. But it's cool to hear that.
It didn't hit me until I was in Toylanta this past year, and people were coming up to me and, hey, you don't know me, but I watch your channel, kind of thing. I was like, oh fuck, And then I met Big Boss Jack, and they're just like, this is cool, man. I just said, hey, I'm just a dude with a live stream trying to get other guys, like you said, with like-minded people together and talk about GI Joes, and whether I get 3,000 or 3 million, it doesn't, it's a hobby. It's a hobby, man. It's a hobby.
Yeah. The other thing that's great about our community too is, like, you have guys from some guys are more vintage, some guys are more new stuff, some guys like Greg and Cody are like, they like the fancy stuff. I always tease Cody about that because he's got me kind of hooked on the damn toys. I've done 2 customs with damn toys, and they're some of the best customs I've done. And but it's just such an array. Like I'm kind of in the middle because I have a big collection of vintage, huge collection. Everything behind me right now is vintage. But and then I love my new guys, my super articulated guys. Actually Jeff sent me a couple of them. That's what I like to shoot my videos with. But you have guys, you have guys doing like Scooter Jay's. He loves his raw 12-inch, all kinds of stuff. Tim Cope, me and Jay actually we had done a community spotlight for Tim, and right now he sent us like I don't know, probably 60 more pictures. We're going to do another one, but Jay's been so busy. He does amazing stuff too. I mean, his stuff is amazing. But there's so many.
Check this out right now. Patty just subscribed to all of our channels right now, which is cool. You know,
Thank you.
Awesome. But yeah, it's just everybody brings something different to the table, and that's what's great about it. We kind of we bounce off each other. You can get ideas from other people, but like we always say, Jeff actually taught it to me that just do what you want to do. It's your channel. It's your because that's how I got going. Me and Jay discovered Jeff when he was just getting going, kind of. And Jay had been wanting to do a YouTube channel, and I said, "Well, let's do it," And we followed Jeff, and then, we're like, "Yeah, let's do this." He's awesome. We just love watching him talk, and so we did our few stop motions just to see if it would take, and then when we started getting subscribers, he's like, "What are you going to do until we can shoot some more?" And I'm like, "I don't know. It's your idea." He's like, "You're going to have to get in front of the camera and talk." I'm like, "Oh, God, nobody wants that." And then next thing you know, I'm doing that, and then we're making more stuff, and then doing stories, and we're doing that. And, we thought about filming. You ever see some of the guys that go and film the flea markets? We thought about that. But I told you, I said, you know what? That's our time together. That's fun.
Yeah.
I didn't want to make it about filming and stuff, but now after I've hit two good flea markets, I'm like, maybe we should. But it's just that's something I'm like, I don't want to make that into a project. I just want to keep that. That's our fun time. And you got to do what you got to do, and if people don't like it, they don't like it. Who cares?
It's definitely a garden variety of talent.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we're at the top of the hour. I don't want to quit because we haven't done this in a long time, but I know Adam has to go cook for his wife or he's in trouble. She's gonna be walking in the door any minute now. I remember, man.
I do want to say one more thing, and not to give it away yet until I get it all planned, but what I have planned for the AOA is something that is very much in the vein of the Traveling Joe type project. Maybe not on a physical plane, but something that I think everybody's going to be able to do who wants to do it. And it'll be inclusive, for all of us in our hobby. And I really think you guys are going to really enjoy what I've got visualized to plan for 2025. So
cool.
You kind of hinted it to some of us, and so a couple of us know a little bit of what's going on in your head, but I can't wait till you figure it all out because it's going to be
soon.
Yeah, I've got a photo story that I'm writing down. I probably won't get to it this year, maybe the end of this year or the first of next year. But yeah, I'm going to need the voice talents of everybody in the AOA. This is going to be a big photo story. I think it's going to be pretty cool. But
Paul,
I'm
going to expect you to take part in this, so you need to get
absolutely, man.
Get your. Yep. You too, Greg. You too, buddy.
Yep.
As long as you don't need my face.
Can I say something in closing real quick?
Oh, we're not
just your voice, Greg. Just your voice.
Exactly.
I want to just make sure we give a shout out to Major Tom. We lost him. He's a great guy. His channel would have gone nuts. It would have gone nuts. He was so creative. But also to Cody, who's not here, and Peter. I hope whatever's
Peter's
going
in the
on
hospital.
with you, I hope you're okay.
He's in the hospital, so he can't.
And Tom
Hansen.
Listen to me. Better get a super show up, man. I'm calling you tomorrow. We're gonna talk about this. Because I'm
joking. Big pond jump. We got to have the pond jump.
Pat needs a fix.
I'm gonna have to drive.
All right, guys,
over
it's the top of the hour, man. We got to do the trivia before I let you go.
Okay.
Adam's wife's gonna be yelling at him anytime now. So you've seen the show. You know how it goes. We go around the room 3 times. Everybody gets 3 questions. We're gonna start. Well, Greg, you're in on this. All right. Yep. First one's for you, brother. Gregorio, You ready?
Yep.
True or false? Raggedy Ann was the most popular 1980s doll. True or false?
False.
It is false. Do you know who it was?
No.
I do.
Yeah.
Cabbage Patch.
Cabbage Patch. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This one goes to you, Pat. Tamagotchi is the name given to the popular pocket toy. Tamagotchi.
Oh, true or false? True.
True. Yes, true. Adam. Silly Putty was the first toy to be advertised on TV. True or false?
I'm gonna say that's true.
That is false, sir. Do you know what it was? Anybody?
Hula hoop.
Was it the Slinky?
No, you're close though.
Frisbee.
Same company.
Potato Head.
Frisbee. Frisbee.
Mr. Potato
Whammo.
Head.
Potato Head.
Potato Head.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that's right.
Okay, yeah.
Jeff, the Easy Bake Oven, still around today, was invented in 1960. True or false?
True.
That is true. Yes, sir. Round 2. Atari was handheld gaming system that swept the country in the 1980s. True or false?
False.
Gregorio. That is false. What was the name of it?
Was it the Game Boy?
It was the Game Boy. Yes, sir. Little People were a line of toys that never fell down. True or false? Pat?
False. It was Weebles that would never fall down.
Weebles never fall down. Yes, sir. Adam, you're up. Etch-a-Sketch is a classic pegboard game that lets you create beautiful works of art. True or false?
You said peg?
Pegboard game. Yes, sir.
That's false.
That is false. What is it?
It's knobs. It's hit draw.
I know, but
With
What is-
it's does
what
it
is
have
the
lead in
pegboard
there?
game? What is the
Magnets?
pegboard game that allows you to do
Oh, that's Oh, is that Light Bright?
Light Bright. Yes,
Light
sir.
Bright.
Mhm.
Yep.
Ooh.
Good job, Adam.
Jeff, Japan and Russia banned the hula hoop in the 1950s. True or false?
I'll say that sounds like some wild shit they would do, but I'm gonna go false.
No, you were right, man. It was true.
Oh, was it?
You overthought that one,
I
Jeff.
did, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the hula hoop was invented in like the early 60s.
It says 1950s. I don't know. Maybe it went worldwide. I don't know.
If you would have said Russia and China, I would have definitely said,
Yeah.
true.
No, it said Japan. All right, last round. After Barbie, Chatty Cathy was the second most popular doll in the 1950s and 60s. True or false, Gregorio?
True.
Chatty Cathy. That is true, sir.
Oh, there you go.
And you are the doll collector, so you would know that, right? Pat, your last question. Nerf balls and Twister were both invented by the same man. True or false?
I'll go true.
It is true. Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Yeah. Milton Bradley came out with the flashing light game in 78 called Match Game. True or false? That is to Adam. Milton Bradley came out with this flashing light game in 1978 called Match Game.
I'm gonna say that's false.
That is false. And the real name was?
Ooh. I can see it in my mind. I can't think of the name of it.
Oh, really? Anybody?
Yeah.
Simon Says.
It was Simon. Yeah, where you hit the Simon.
Son. Yeah.
Yep.
Good one, Jeff.
Last question to Jeff. Color Forms was introduced in the 1950s with a Popeye theme for its first one. You remember Color Forms?
I do. I had a lot of color forms, actually.
Yeah, they had a Adventure Team one. I used to have that
Yeah,
one.
I would say false.
Sorry, sir. That is true. They started off with Popeye. Was their first one.
Wow. Weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I got a bonus question, and I think Adam would know the answer to this. It's not true or false, though. A 70s female hero TV series inspired this action figure. A 70s female hero TV series inspired
Bionic
this
Woman.
action figure.
Bionic Woman.
Yes, sir. Bionic Woman. Yep. Yeah. I knew you'd know that one, man.
That
My
was a spin-off of the
sister-
$6 million man.
Yeah.
My sister turned 60 this year, and she still has her Bionic Woman figure and the red car, and then her little Bionic Woman lab.
Damn, man. That's cool.
I'm like,
Those are hard to find. You don't
Oh,
see
yeah.
them around.
yep.
Well, hey, man, I want to thank all you guys for being here. Everybody in the chat room. We still got 20-some people in the chat room, man. So Adam has to go, but we can let Adam go and we can keep talking if you want. I mean,
I don't care. I can hang out for a
Guys,
little while longer.
it's been great
Adam,
seeing everybody.
Two questions before you go. How's your wife, and has she asked about me lately?
She's doing fine, and no.
Just checking, man. Just checking. Hey, I love that new dog of yours. How's it going, man? Is he chewing up the house?
Oh, he's awesome. You know, we lost Dakota to cancer, but we've got Sergeant. He's super cool, super chilled. He's a great dog. We love Huskies. I love the breed. They're amazing animals.
Nice. All right, guys. I guess that's a wrap for tonight. I'd like to thank you all again, and hopefully, hey, let's not wait a year to do this again, okay?
No,
Guys, good to see you.
Yep.
Greg.
Let's all. Yeah, everybody want to give us party message real quick?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to see a smaller microphone, Greg.
I do have one. Just haven't learned the quirks of it yet.
Okay.
Thanks for all the follows, guys. I really appreciate all the support with the channel. I know a lot of you guys are. I've been fans of the channel for a long time. I look forward to hopefully doing some really cool photo stories for you guys. And Pat, Greg, Adam, Paul, thanks for, pushing everything forward. Without you guys, we would just be a bunch of dudes sitting in our basement playing with toys,
Mm-hmm.
Which is
well,
fine,
we are.
It's fun to talk about it with you guys.
All right, guys.
It sounds better when you say it.
Don't forget next week. Who did I say? Chad with Scuba Pete and Mr. JMK Customs is going to be on next week. Mikey. So make sure you follow his channel. Until next week.
See you guys.
Have a great
week.
Bye, guys. Thanks
Thanks again for watching.